Hey, Kefki. All right. Hey there, Mira. All right, let's see. Am I facing the right way? Well, for now I am. Oh, damn. I see the Retro Pals put up the poll for next week's stream. I gotta see the choices are between chicken and duck. And I voted for chicken because I know that Alfred Chicken would be coming up in there. Oh, kids! I'm super cool. I gotta go grab my girlfriend. God, now I'm just thinking about that thing. Well, anyway, let me take a drink, clear my throat. And let's get going because we got a packed episode today. Hello, and welcome to a Friday edition of Lolo De Puzlo's Journal. Hopefully it is your weekend. And if it's not quite your weekend, hey there, Tyrion. Yeah, so, anyway, I hope you enjoy your weekend. I can't remember where I was going with that. We got some spring cleaning to do. In particular, today's arcade day. You know what? That's the wrong playlist, but you know what? I'm going to keep it. So yeah, we got a lot of arcade games to cover today. In particular, I figured today is the day that we're going to mess around with the Taito eGrip Mini 2. Which actually, I'm going to pause this for a bit. This is actually something that I kind of want to poke at for a little bit. If you're not familiar with what the Taito eGrip Mini 2 is, it came out in that you remember, like, say, I don't know, 4 years ago, when every company wanted to have a mini version of whatever hardware they put out. There's the NES Classic, the SNES Classic. There's the Sega Mega Drive Mini 1 and 2, plus the Astro Mini, Astro City Mini. Yeah. Taito had their own thing because they had, they're the ones who make the eGrip Mini, or eGrip 2, which is a Japanese console or arcade cabinet design that is exceptionally popular. One of the arguably the most popular of its era. It has a screen that you can rotate, so it works with both tate and I forgot what the term is. There's the term for like sideways. But yes. Which one is this? Oh, why is that? Oh, I was just saying, like, why is it yellow? Perfect. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna mess around with that today. And I picked 5 games from that to look at. Oddly enough, I didn't intend it, or at least maybe I did and I forgot. But I'll say either Necro if I didn't say it. They all happen to be ranked C except for one of them. So I guess that's also why I did that. But yeah, we're gonna mess around with that today for a good amount. And then I figured that since we're in the ballpark of arcade stuff, Let's also look at Armed Police Batrider and Twinkle Star Sprites. Enjoy your eating. While you eat, we are going to look at a bona fide classic. Because I figured the best way of starting this. Actually, this does lead into the other caveat. So, the thing is with it is that it's a little mini arcade cabinet, but it has like an arcade stick, which also I forgot that I need to. The one nice thing about it is that it has a switchable gate. So you can either force it to go up, down, left, right, or you can just have it be like a normal 8-way stick. Oh, and I had it set to 4 because I was playing something. But yes, another add-on that they had for it, which is actually the reason why I got it, is the fact that enjoy your thing. Is that one of the add-ons was a trackball in paddle, which if you don't know what a paddle is in arcade parlance, it's a dial that spins left or right. In particular, it was something that was used most notably for this game, Arkanoid. The breakout that, or what most of us kind of, I feel, at least in my generation, think of when they think of like, it's technically a breakout clone, but also most people think of Arkanoid. It's a USB controller. Let me see if I can get a picture of this real quick. I should have actually gotten that. It's not like you can swap out the thing. It's like a USB controller. Here we go. So, yeah, we're gonna mess with that. Also, this led me down an interesting path, and you'll see why in a moment. So I actually have to position myself in a little different way. And let me go ahead and turn this on. And let's go over here. Let's make sure I am fully set up. Well, sound's working. Okay. Also, just realized I'm not going to be able to control... Oh, actually, no, I take that back. I can absolutely control down. All right. Okay. So, the add-on comes with 10 extra games. All of these use either the trackball or the paddle. We're going to start with Arkanoid. Kind of just going through the game. I'll go through the games real quick, just for purposes of, explaining. Marine Date. I have not actually played this. This still looks like it's going to control like dog shit. Strike Bowling. If you've played either World Class Bowling or Capcom/Strata Bowling, it's basically that. It's a trackball game. You roll the trackball to bowl. It's fairly simple. Birdie King, 1982 arcade game, which means it sucks ass. Nigh uncontrollable. Arkanoid, the game we'll cover in a second. It also has its sequel. There's Plump Pop, which is a game that I completely forgot exists. Give me 1 second, actually. I need to take a phone call real quick. I am sorry about that. Plum Pop, which is, it's another Breakout style game. Syvalion, which we're going to take a look at. This is a fascinating game. I'm going to leave it at that for now. Cameltry, which we're also going to be looking at. A game that people have thoughts on. I also have thoughts on it. Arkanoid Returns, which is interesting. You normally don't see this game on compilations. It's more Arkanoid. The thing is, there's actually ways to play this analog if you have PlayStation, because the Netcon supports it. And Puchi-Carat, which is also a game we're going to be taking a look at. All right. So, another thing that I didn't realize when I saw it, but I noticed, you might notice here, there's some funny text under the description for this game. Namely that the game is partially censored. That was a phrase that confused me, because Arkanoid, there were, like, arcade games that Taito put out, like Puzznik, that did actually have nudity in it. But Arkanoid was not one of them. So I was like, what kind of censorship is it? And we'll go into the game, and I'll explain why. This thing also has save states, which is kind of interesting. You'd figure that since all these are arcade games, that you wouldn't really have save states. You can also select this. If for some reason you come across one of these yourself, something that you want to do, always set the adjust to 5. These things is very insensitive by default. You want to have these as sensitive as possible. But anyway, that's enough leeway or enough of an intro for Arkanoid. Let's start. Has these nice little things. Let's see. In 1986, the arc from the Arkanoid comes from you are an arc of people trying to find a home in the universe. And it's somehow it's a breakout, both power-ups. This is one of the credit noises is something that, like, a lot of people, or I don't know if a lot of people, it's kind of something that I don't think gets touched on a lot. Credit noises, like, this is probably one of my favorite credit noises, because if you think about the act of putting in the coin into the thing and then hearing, it's like a good thunk, good tactile feedback. Also, you might hear the sound in this and think that it sounds a little blown out. That's just how Arkanoid sounds. Anyway, let's start. There are times the story is unknown after Mothership Arkanoid has destroyed the spacecraft Faust, traveled away from it, only to be trapped in space, worked by someone. So, right off the bat, you might notice something if you're a fan of Arkanoid. Something seems off. Not that. That's normally how Arkanoid goes. So, the partially censored bit is the fact that apparently there is a lawsuit between Atari and Taito about how similar Arkanoid was to Breakout. So in modern versions of Arkanoid, apparently, they just now changed the first stage because it is the Breakout layout. Oh, damn it. So that's actually how... This is how sensitive it was in the arcade. It's fairly sensitive. But that lets you go from, like... Makes you make really quick adjustments, which sometimes you need to do. It's just something you gotta get used to. Oop. Also, I'm gonna game over, probably. This is roughly how every time I've played Arkanoid is, like, I can get fairly far in the NES version. Arkanoid, I suck a lot at. Damn. Also, make sure to read this, because if you just hit start, it just cancels the thing, even though you had a credit. You need to hold down the button and hit start if you want to continue. Which is something has screwed me in the arcade before. Oh. That's weird. Nope. Didn't get either. Because this was relatively... Like, games let you continue before this, but it was still... It was still relatively new, and people were still experimenting with how continuing worked. The other thing is why they might do that is because if you think in an arcade that multiple people would be playing, that if you just hit start, if someone, like if you leave, it's usually a lot of time, especially the etiquette is, you don't continue if someone's behind you. So, if you generally just want to play one thing, having it just to have a quick, I just want to start a thing, will take you to the start, so you're not in the middle of some really hard thing. Damn. Damn it. But yeah, that's... It's still, like... This game is fine. Like, it's Breakout. Like... There's not really much to say about this game. It's Arkanoid. The one thing that is weird, they don't quite think about, it's really noticeable in Arkanoid 2, but this game has some really weird hitboxes sometimes in regards to what your paddle will consider an acceptable hit. Because, the paddle has a top to it. It has no sides to it. So you can't, like, sideswipe the ball like you can in Modern. So sometimes you'll get some weird, like, it feels like you should have connected even though you didn't. Like right there. Because sometimes you'll see the ball just kind of go, like, straight through. Anyway. That's... On this, I believe the first stage is the only one that's changed. I am actually going to move on to a different version. Just to showcase something. Also, that's the noise it makes whenever you turn the thing off. Because I'm going to switch over to this real quick. Oh, wrong button. The wrong controller. There we go. So, naturally, as an arcade game, it's an early one. It gets emulated fairly a lot. The thing is that not a lot of things have a proper dial controller. So if we go on the Mister, people have made variants of this. In particular, I like that Arkanoid just has, like, in the default thing, not a lot of games that have this in the Mister. Just like, yeah, here's a mode that has unlimited lines. The thing we were playing on was the Taito eGrip Mini 2. Also a version that's slower, so we're going to look at this real quick. And also, the nice thing about this controller, which is another reason why I got it, this dial controller, the Mister can read it. So I'm using the same controller. And it's a spinner. Because this is what that's what the actual layout looks like. Also, I swapped the button. So yeah, this one, it's just as, it works with the spinner. But yeah, they made version that's like, I think this actually, like, matches the home ports a little bit. But yeah, it's Arkanoid. Like, I am, for like, I think it's still fine. It's hard, because it is an arcade game. But it's fine. Which is probably why I was ranked C. We've kind of seen most of the power-ups. The other power-ups we haven't seen is one that basically lets you level skip. There's a 1-up. But yeah, not a whole lot of power-ups in this one. There's gold blocks. None of the things have upgrades yet. Yeah, this is the hacked version that they put onto this. Also, oh wow, that's going... Okay, that's actually, like, too slow. But yeah. Also another thing that's neat is one of the ways that, and especially the main way that I played Arkanoid is through this part. Which, for the NES, Taito did put out a controller, put out an analog controller. Oops.
It's wizard time,
Hey, Glex.
motherfucker!
Whoops. I also did this in the wrong order. Or did I? Input option. Oh, right. Turn on those. Die instantly. But yeah, you can play NES using that same controller and die just as quickly. And this is actually a fairly... It's not like there's changes made with this version, as you would expect. But this NES port is actually probably one of the best ways of playing this game. Like, if you want to play Arkanoid 1, the NES port probably is the way you should play. If you play in a NES emulator, it's very easy to just use a mouse. Most of the stages are, at least in concept, are intact. Some of them have been changed to be less dickish, because one of Arkanoid's more infamous things is it really likes to use indestructible blocks. Make stages a royal pain in the ass to beat. And yeah, that's also another thing. It looks like your full paddle is solid. Whereas in the arcade game, they weren't. Damn. Also, is it you hold down the button and then you hit start? I think if you hold down the button, I think you continue that way. Okay, there's not. There is, I am 95% certain there is a continue code in the original Arkanoid for NES. But I can't remember what it is. This is the era that continuing was a code. But yeah, this is an extremely good way of playing the first Arkanoid. This naturally also got ported to umpteen billion things. And I believe you can also play this for, or I don't know which version it is because I don't have the game. But that Arkanoid Battle Royale game, I believe, has a port of the first Arkanoid in it. Which, considering they put that game out for like $2, or you can get that game now on sale for like $2. That's also an official way of playing it that would likely can let you use your mouse. Ah, there we go. Ah, damn it. That was a level skip, and I died. Okay, that's Arkanoid. There's a reason why, instead of breakout clones, a lot of us use the term Arkanoid clones. They did. There is a recent breakout thing I have not touched. It looks neat. But yes. I just wanted to check something. Do. Okay. Anyway, it's Arkanoid. Let's put that on the board. We're gonna turn that off again. Thinking. Let me get things in order here. Whoop. There we go. Okay, so let me do this. Fair enough. Okay, what button am I pressing? I'm pressing this one. Oh, also I am doing this. They're not seeing the side of my head. Let's see. Arkanoid. That's a good alternative. Okay, Arkanoid returns. Go it again. Arkanoid, classic. We have not ranked this for a long time. So we have it at C. I kind of think it's like slightly better than C. Like, there are much better breakout games, but also, Arkanoid ain't bad. It's hard, but it ain't bad. It's incredibly standard. But that being said, I would not put it really high. Do I count the battle games? That's C+. I can even compare it to? Oh, I do. Oh. Okay, now the question is, do I think Arkanoid is as good as the first Toho game? To be honest, I think they're the same. I think this is actually, and especially if it's putting us right back to track, like putting it right next to Dragonfield. Nah, I think C+ is perfect for it. It's Arkanoid. It's like, just like, it is more than Breakout, but it is like the exact level of basic arcade game that you could still play. Well, when you have access to it, and if you have a decent controller. But yes. So yeah, that's good for Arkanoid. Let's move on. Yeah, that's something that people didn't really figure out until later, but yeah, the last block thing is always annoying. So there, let's mark that off. We did that. All right. So I think the next thing... Actually, since we did Arkanoid, let's do the other game that's like Arkanoid. This game doesn't get a lot of play. So here we go. Let's do this. Let's try some Puchi-Carat. This is effectively what if Puzzle Bobble turned into Breakout. Now let me make sure it's on. Okay. Do that. Okay. Yeah, this kind of has more a little bit to like Puzzle. It always reminded me more of Puzzle Bobble, but yeah, it is also kind of like some of the I believe Arkanoid Versus has a versus mode. But yeah. That's what I always thought I liked more, and then the more I played, it's like, it's a little bit more basic than I forgot. Also, the only problem with this thing is that the only versions of games they have on this thing are the Japanese versions, because this thing was only released in Japan, at least officially. I believe Limited Run Games imported a number of these. Yeah, this is another one of those games that not nearly, excusing that one lady, nowhere near as horny as Magical Drop. I don't know if I can, because also the names are in Japanese. There, Puchi-Carat. There's a couple modes you can play this, but the main mode is the middle one, which is versus CPU mode. This is difficulty select. Let's just do middle. And I generally, when I play, because I'm garbage, plays Peridot. I believe this characters that were fighting against Mom. Like, I remember looking at the lore of this game once, and I was like, oh, it's one of these. Yes, and also, it's Breakout, except you got no power-ups, so it's a lot of it is kind of just... There's no real, like, special moves, if I remember correctly. So it's just Breakout. Like, I don't think there's, like, the button... I don't think the button did anything? Actually, did the button do something? Oh, the initial ball volley it'll do, but that's about it. Oops. So yeah, if you let it hit the bottom, you get more lines, which actually can benefit you more. Okay, I'm dead. Because I was not paying attention. Yep, I'm dead.
Ready, go!
And yeah, the more you send down, the more garbage it sends. And yeah, it's they know what they were doing. Every puzzle game needs this kind of character. Though I can't think of who is the Puyo Puyo perv. I mean, outside of Shezo. But like, who's the bait character of Puyo Puyo? And why is it the fish? But yeah, this got ported to the things. Like, there's a PlayStation port of this, which I believe has either mouse or an edge-con support, so that's a fairly decent way of playing it. But yeah, my main kind of thing with this game is that the more I realize it's like, got a lot of character to it, but also it's just kind of... I don't feel... It's kind of got that dogfight thing where dogfighting is less you doing good, and it's... battles are not resolved because you do better, it's because your opponent does worse. Which is kind of my main complaint. Also, they have emojis in there. And yeah, you don't really, like, it. This game is incredibly fine TM. And like, there's a mode that's like not versus, but also why would you play that? Because there's nothing that's added as far as I remember. So you're just playing kinda, and especially since everything's just a block, you're basically playing the same level block game as like an LCD game. And you can't really set up like chains or anything, so it's not even that interesting. Hey, BG Noise. Whoops. I mean, yes, but also it feels really... It really does feel like... It just feels more pronounced in this one, is more my thing. Oops. Damn it. And that's what I get for looking at chat. Welcome back, Mira. Okay, let's do one more. Continue. Whoops, that's something. Sharp button. It does have the thing, though. I guess you could have a little bit of strategy where you can intentionally let the ball miss. I wish you just had, like, the button would just do a line. So you can do the thing in Map Drop where you set your thing real low, which then you just use to completely destroy your opponent. Because, yeah, I don't think this game is bad. It's just I kind of think the more that I play it, it's like I don't really have as much juice. In terms of, like, things to do. Oops, I'm dead. Okay. Yeah, that's also the other thing. Like, that's really, there's no other mode. I mean, there's the single player mode, but I don't think, like, I think the other mode in there was just strictly versus, so. Because that's only 2-player, because then there's this mode. Let's do middle again. Let's try another... Try this guy. Was it Opa?
Ready, go.
It also is like there's also modes of this that, or versions of this that don't use the thing. So they're like, there's like modes of this where it's just like, oh, you can play this with a D-pad. Yeah, it's something like that. So that's also, it's like, oh, you're just hitting a block at a time. But yeah, this is just, there's no special blocks. It's just actually somehow less interesting, in my opinion, than Arkanoid. Okay, we're playing this game, huh? Okay, there, at least. I should have played this guy. I like this guy. I just see him as like one bulging. It almost looks like he has a bulging eye, so I just see him as that one teacher from Daria. Oh, and I gotta hit 200 lines. Oh, I guess there is. Okay, so there are some sort of special things you get in this mode. But even then, they're not even that flashy. So it's like, there's always so many ones I can just say, hey, this game's alright. But it's... Its main problem is I think it's a bit dull. Okay. We have seen, I think we've seen enough. I can't remember what the story it is, but it's probably something like, oh, hey, there's a tournament or something. All right, let's put that one back on the board. Or let's move that one on the board. Okay. We can do this? Okay, good. Okay, Puchi-Carat. I had that at B+, and I think that's a smidge high. Oddly enough, I think this should probably be in C, because... Like, what other character puzzle games do I have in here in C? Let's see, I got the Outfoxes, got Tron, Project Falling Block, Zintrick, which I barely remember. Starmobile. Okay, I think Starmobile is at least a little bit more interesting than this. Riddle of Pythagoras is also another paddle game that I think is more interesting than this. Buster. Yeah, I think going to like C-, I think Because let's see, paddle. I barely remember Kirby Block Ball, so I can't remember what I dinged on that one. Tekken 2. I've not ranked Fire Striker yet. Helio, or wait. Tango. GB. Okay, I would put this I'm actually thinking C- is probably a good thing for this. Do I have any fallen blocks in D+? D+ or paddle? Or fallen block of paddle and D+. Flashpoint. Okay, this goes by Flashpoint. Or, no, this is better than Flashpoint, which is the weird Sega Tetris thing. So this gets a C-. Hey, Mal. I've done... I believe I've done both. I can quick point that out. Let's see, C-. It's not much... Let's see, what else do I have? I will say that I do like the art. I also kind of like the charm of it. So I think that's good for that. Tecmo Bowl. Let's see. The NES game is at C. And the arcade game's at E+. And then Tecmo Super Bowl, I want to say is at like A something. Tecmo Super Bowl is at A. Okay. Whoops. That was weird. Anyway. Now it's time to get into some weird stuff. Okay, we did Puchi-Carat. Okay. Let's do... You know what? Let's do this next. Because... Actually, wait. Hold on, let me see what the order of these are. Okay, so that's one to come first. Okay, I'm gonna get into this, and then I'm gonna do that. Okay, so let's do this next. This is a weird one. Because we're gonna be playing... When I can find the thing. Where are you? There you are. Let's play some... Syvalion. So this is actually a spin-off of Darius, even though it looks nothing like it. This is also one of the few games that Taito made that uses a trackball. Because this is a trackball video game. I'm gonna go into here just so you can kind of see the menu for this. Guide the Mecha Dragon Syvalion through the mazes which change with every play. To battle giant bosses and reach one of the game's 100+ endings. So yeah, because the Syvalion shows up as a boss, I believe, in Darius first. So let me get this. Oh yeah. So the weird thing is there's a SNES port of this, but it only came out in Europe. And well, in Japan as well. We did not get it for some reason. Yeah, Dark Helios.
Syvalion.
Also, I want to say there's like a English prototype of this game. But yeah, this game is a nightmare to control, by the way. And I suck at this game. So, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit also. All right. So yeah, go and start. So I believe this is training and then standard. I don't know if there's so much flashing in this one, but there might be. So yeah, you use the trackball to kind of... It is not the most accurate way of controlling it, but you do have, like, analog control. I will also say playing this game with a mouse is a nightmare. Because it's like, of course this is emulated in MAME, but also I would highly advise against playing it in MAME unless you have a trackball. Okay, yeah, I guess there is flashing on this. You can also breathe continuous fire, although it doesn't feel good. Also, come on, there we go. Like, you kind of, it's really annoying because you kind of got to use two hands in order to roll it with any decent speed. Okay, here's a boss. And also getting yourself in a position is real tough. Damn it. There we go. Also, an ad break coming up. Okay, chapter 2. It's great because it's like I've played this in MAME a number of times, and using a trackball controller, and it's like, man, this game always kind of feels like it plays like ass, and it's like, oh, Taito released an official thing to play it like how it originally was meant to be, and then I play it, I'm like, oh, the game just feels like ass. Oh, God damn it. Oh. God damn it. Ah, come on. Works for me. You kind of have to use two hands to roll the ball, except then you can't fire. Oh, damn it. Because then also, if you go too fast, then you just run into shit. Damn it. The fire is not good. Damn it. Yeah, there are definitely some trackball games that do play good with a mouse. This is not one of them. But then again, it doesn't also play good with a trackball either, so... I should beat it. Okay. Whoops. All right, so that's Syvalion. There's not a whole lot we'd be able to enjoy. Like, we kind of seen the gameplay, and we're not really going to get much of the story unless you speak Japanese. So there we go. That's Syvalion. It's an interesting game, although I'm actually kind of curious to see how the, you know, I wasn't planning on this, but I need to do, and we're actually making pretty good time. So let's do some experimentation real quick. Although we're going to do this once the ad break's done. Anyway, ad break's going to start. I will be right back in about 3 minutes. All right. So let's do this. How'd you wait? I wonder.
Syvalion.
Up. Hmm. Oh, whoops. Also, let's go to attack by. So yeah, like all the music has changed in this version, but it's also like. Also, turns out when you have D-pad controls, it actually controls infinitely better. It's still not great. Yeah, maybe this part isn't that great either. This music also kind of sucks. Or I should say, it's not terrible, but also it's no Zuntata. Okay, maybe this version isn't that good either. Okay. At least it continues with the health that it had. I will say, this is like a fairly decent port of the arcade game. Which means that it's bad, but also... They had an idea. So that's the thing. Sometimes Taito doesn't always hit. Sometimes the games are just kind of a little jank. And by a little jank, I mean a lot jank. But you cannot say that they did not try. They had ideas, and they will show you their ideas. And sometimes they're not that good, but also, I appreciate the freezing with every effect. Okay, let's... Okay, I think we've seen enough Syvalion. But yes, the Super Nintendo version is pretty close to the arcade version, in that they're both not... The SNES one controls a little bit better, but still not great. But anyway. Oops, wrong button. Syvalion. At C. I've not ranked this as a ranking of Shmups days. I think this should go lower. Let's see, at E. Puss in Boots for the NES. Panic Bomber, Packard. Operation Wolf. I would rather play Operation Wolf than that. Okay. Would I rather play Syvalion or Mortal Kombat Mythologies? Sub-Zero. Or the Ninja Gaiden arcade game? You know, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of think I'd rather play Mortal Kombat Mythologies. Okay, I think F+ is where, yeah, it put it right next to Calibri. Yeah, that'd be a good spot for it. Or that reboot game, for example. Which we might have to play again tomorrow. And I think that's good. I think that's good for Syvalion. It's not very good. They tried their goddamn they tried their damnedest, which actually that control is real bad. But yeah, that's Syvalion. Okay, that's Syvalion. Well, there's one paddle game left. And this is one that I have feelings about. Because I like this game. And I don't think a lot of people like this game. Namely because, I'm gonna give a warning out there for you. If you get motion sick, you probably are not gonna like watching me play this game. This is Cameltry. Or On the Ball if you're playing the American SNES version. Or it could also be the European SNES version as well. So here's the thing. Yes, it does have a camel on the cover. There are no camels in game. I have no reason why it's called Cameltry. The best way to describe this game is, what if Marvel Madness is also a Sonic 1 special stage? Because it's like a labyrinth thing, but you are rotating the thing yourself. This is Mode 7, the video game, which is why it only got ported to the SNES. But also, I like this game. Okay, there's a camel in the logo. That I will give you. But that's about it. But yeah, this is a dial game. I believe they actually sold conversion kits from Arkanoid cabinets. But yes, so you just spin the thing with that. Anyway. Let's start with beginner chords. You can also hold down the button to make it drop faster. And yeah, you're just on a timer. Two players alternating. Also, you don't want to have the marble touch the X's because you will lose time there. Like that. Also, God. That's the thing. Also, the okay, screw the third. We're not getting the three to the +3 because I keep on. I've lost 6 seconds trying to get +3. I think I should just cut my losses. There we go. Good luck with that. Twitch Mobile is a beast. That'll work whenever it feels like it, but not when you want it to. I like the music in this game. There we go. And as I said, there is a SNES part of this. I find that to be even more jarring than this one. So if you have a choice, just play this one. It works real good with a mouse. Yes. It is Mode 7 hell. I believe the question mark's one of the things they can do is stop time. Whoops. Yeah, yes. It's that same kind of thing. I was there 3 minutes and 46 seconds. David happily ever after. There we go. Okay. Let's do expert course. Wait a minute. Oh, it is expert course. I'm like, why is the first thing in the expert course beginner's quest? Oh, I don't like this background. There we go. Look, sunk cost fallacy, it always works. Except when it doesn't. This was not a great background to choose for this color scheme of the walls. There we go. Let's see, what's this? Oh, God. Hard diamond. Oh, right, this is this weird shit, isn't it? Oop. There we go. Moulin Rouge. There is an. I do know that there's an X68000 port of this actually. Oh, god damn it. That lets you customize the ball. Like you can just straight up draw on the ball. Oh, let's see. Unfortunate. Dead. And yeah, I think that just, yeah, it just start. Oh, it starts you off with 99 seconds. Huh. Nope, I don't have a camel, unfortunately. The horse is about as close to a camel as I'm gonna get, so... Oh, god damn it. There we go. I don't know if it had, I never heard anything about the SNES version had more in it. Ancient Battleship. But that would not surprise me. I'll say it back. Oh god. Okay, it was easier than I thought. Yeah, I think I'll get to the end of this world and then I'll probably move on to another game. Just to prevent you all from dying. Bonus point. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, God. There we go. Yeah, it's playing the... Oh. I forgot this was a thing. Yeah, playing this with an analog controller is much better than playing a... not. Oh, good. Just we needed flashing. Yeah, we are not beating this stage. Oh, shit. Yeah, especially if that happens. Unfortunate. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's good for Cameltry. Oops. That's the last game I need the paddle thing for, so I'm gonna put that to the side real quick. But not before. Figuring out where to put Cameltry. So we had a D. D's way too low for that. Like, yeah, it's a little weird, but it's not that bad. Like, let me look at C+. I'd rather play that than Antarctic Adventure. Volpeed Wagon. Okay, that's a perfect B- game. I might have played it with a mouse. Because before then, I've definitely played it on a dial or with some sort of thing. I like the music of that game. Yeah, I think that's a good spot for Cameltry. It's not great. It's a fun little game if you got the accoutrement for it. So now, that brings us to one last game on this thing. And it's not a paddle game. It's time to talk about a game that I think gets a bad rap. Named because people played an inferior port. Let's talk about one Legend of Kage. Or Legend of Kage, if you are us as children. So I'm going to have to restart this. So the way that the paddle thing works for the extra games, it's an SD card slot you put on the side of this thing. So I got to force the thing out real quick. Oh, that's funny. So this is what happens when you remove the SD card while it's still powered on. You get a very angry Chakin. But also, let's move to this side. So when you boot the thing without the SD card in the side, and I'm going to have to use the controls on the thing for this, which is going to be kind of unfortunate. Let's look at the games real quick that are on here, just so you can see what's on here. Okay, so let's see. We got Space Invaders, we got Lunar Rescue, Steelworker, Lupin the Third, Kicks, Pirate Pete, not Jungle Hunt though, interestingly enough. Adventure Canoe, Elevator Action, Back and Pop, Outer Zone, Fairyland Story, Legend of Kage, Halley's Comet, Bubble Bobble, Iki Kai Kai, Grandma Formation, Rastan Saga, Kyoku Tiger, Raimaze, Rainbow Island's extra, but not the normal one. Yeah, Jungle Hunt was Taito. New Zealand Story, which actually I should mark. That is a favorite. Tatsujin, which is interesting. Dondokodon, Bullfeed, Violence Fight, Kadash, Mizubaku Adventure, aka Liquid Kids, Gun and Frontier, Runark, aka Growl, Hattrick Hero, the Ninja Kids, Metal Black, Ray Force, aka Layer Selection, Kaiser Knuckle, Darius Gaiden, Bubble Symphony, Elevator Action Returns, Bubble Puzzle 2X, Bubble Memories, aka Bubble Symphony, or aka Bubble Memories. Also, the only place where you can officially play Dan Kuga. The re-release of Kaiser Knuckle. But no, we are going to be playing this. You will also note that it says that this game is partially censored. I don't know if censored is the right word I'd use. It made playable is what I'd use to describe it. Because if you're familiar with Legend of Kage, you might remember one thing about this game that's actually very annoying. And you can kind of see in the background there. A lot of the stages take place in a in a thunderstorm. So they made the flash not kill your eyeballs in this one. But yes. Let's play some Ninja Kage. Or let's play some Legend of Kage. God, that art is so terrible. All right. All right. Let's do this. Okay, there's my buttons. So my strategy for this is usually jump in a diagonal and aim the other opposite diagonal. But yeah, so this game is very notable, or like mostly remembered from its very floaty jumps. Which also this game has a parry system in it, which makes it cool. When the monks come out, you kind of want to get them to despawn. Also, if you crouch, their fire will not hurt you. Which is very weird, but whatever. Oh, nope. Oh, there we go. Damn it. There we go. You really do not want to be in the water. Because your hitbox get all weird in the water. Steering for this, I like to hop diagonal back and forth. This tends to throw off their things, usually. Damn it. Timed it wrong. That's the thing, you can't, like, there is a rapid fire for the thing, but you don't want a rapid fire. Also, in these stages, when you get to the thing, you do not want to go up the bridge or the stairs immediately. Because they will throw a star at you that will probably kill you. Okay, that should be good. Damn it. I didn't crouch fast enough. Crouching in this is a little weird. I know you can crouch on a landing. And yeah, you also aren't fast enough. Get up there. Okay. Oh, it didn't say my... It didn't say my high score from last time. Oh, that's right, because that's new. You know what? Nope. We're doing a save one. We're saving from when I had a really good high score. Also, I kind of want to be a lookout for something. And occasionally, if you keep an eye on the trees, there will be a flute, and you want to pick that flute up. No, that's a bit. There it is. Although that would have been a bad time to get it because that would reset the stage. But yeah, if you collect the flute, it will do a kill all ninjas montage, basically. And you just get a shit ton of points from it. Unlike the NES one, there's no power-ups in this one. In the NES version, they added like a thing that let you take a hit. It is one-hit death at all times in this version of the game. Also, for 1985, the music in this game is real great. It's also funny, I was thinking about it, because it's like, I'm thinking that, because Taito has the Laserdisc game Ninja Hayate, where the character looks a lot like Kage does. And I was thinking, I'm like, wait, is that based on this? And then I realized the time frame that actually, no, this actually might be an action game version of Ninja Hayate. Okay, and then actually I'm gonna... There's a monk will spawn, and I'm gonna actually leave him alive. At least until hopefully I can get up there. Okay, good. Because if you leave the monk alive, then the ninjas won't spawn. Okay, it's just gonna be you. Okay, and top floor will always spawn red monks. And slash the princess. And you get this. Also, I'm not in control of the one. I do like that you get the points for killing that ninja, even though it's in the cutscene. So this is, I think, basically works like a monk fight. You have to slash him in order to kill him. And you kind of have to hit him in the feet and not let him slide. Hey, brother. Okay, I take it back. You can just hit him with a shuriken if you spam it. And then the seasons repeat. And now at this point, there's a... this season adds a thing which I kinda hate. Basically, at this point, if you see a red ninja, you need to kill it immediately. It's something that would immediately happen in the NES game. Damn it. Okay, good timing on that. There it is. There it is. No, come on. No, 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 no. Come on. There we go. So yeah, you kind of saw it there. Red ninjas now throw smoke bombs, which even if you parry it, will kill you. And it's real kind of annoying. Yeah. Also, man, it is like the enemy ninja have like really good tracking capabilities. There we go. Yeah, actually, so on this, now in these stages, you really kind of need to sit and wait for them to throw it first. And there we go. So there, that's not nearly as good as my run from yesterday, in which I almost beat Loop 2. Effectively, there is not a whole lot of, I don't think that, I don't think the boss has changed in this one. Yeah, I accidentally hit LDJ. But no, that's effectively Ninja Kage. I don't think the bosses change in this one. I know in the NES version, there's a couple different bosses. I believe after Loop 2, you get the, hey, it's like, oh, hey, you rescue the princess, but peace never comes, or whatever. So yeah, there's also the weird little critter thing that shows up in the AS1 that does not show up in this one. But yeah, that's Legend of Kage. It's pretty good. I know a lot of people have that, like, they didn't really. I think the NES version is an inferior port. I don't think it's bad, but I think this NES game or this arcade game has like some really good things going for it. And unfortunately, I don't think it's passed up quite, or it gets passed up a good bit. Yeah, so that was the arcade version. That was the original 1985 arcade version. Okay. So, Legend of Kage, we have that at C. I kind of think that should be a little bit higher than C. Like, let me look at what is in the B. We have Double Dragon. Virgin Aladdin. Cross Swords. I would put this at least at the same thing as Cross Swords. Carnival. Let's see, B+. Okay, it might be a little harder for me to argue B+. Oh, Go Belly. Okay, I think it's a B. I think I kind of have to give it a B. Music good, photosensitivity warning. Yeah, I think that game is just neat. So yeah, let's give it a B. It's pretty good. It's better than Syvalion by a lot. All right, and now to say goodbye to the eGrip Mini 2. Oh, wrong button. Because we played all the games we're going to play on it. Okay, now that goes back to this corner. Okay. So, I had two other games that I wanted to look at today. That's mere time. Okay. So, I have a choice between two games. I mean, hell, it might be three games if I get particularly. Let's see. You know what? Since it's a longer game, just to make sure we have enough time, let's do this one first. So where's my switcher? There it is. Oop. Okay, we good there? There. Okay. So let's do this. It has been a long while since I've looked at this. I remember having very fond things to say about this game. Although with increased shmup knowledge, we'll see how I feel about it now. Let's play some Armed Police Batrider. Originally an arcade game, and thankfully there is a Mr. Core for it. Which has a lot of interesting things in it, which I would not expect. Oh. So the best way to kind of describe this game is this is basically Rising's King of Fighters thing, where they have a bunch of original characters, but also a bunch of other characters from other Rising shmups, and by that I mean Battle Garriga and Mao de Saxon. And yeah, this is Armed Police Batrider, specifically the special version, which has some extra stuff that I'll be damned if I remember what it is. So we're just going to do this. So unfortunately, there's no M2 shot triggers version of it, but I do have in the Mist thing. I can make it start max at least. Also, I have no idea what stick mode is, and I want to keep the other stuff there. So let's always start at minimum rank, and let's skip the post check. There we go. Although I do kind of see what is my dip switches. Actually doesn't matter, because there. Yeah, this is, and there's a lot of like hidden things in this that I do not remember. There's a good site on that tells you everything. So what, I believe that this is just normal. Okay, here we go. Want to play the full game, don't want to change stages. This one is choose my characters. So we're gonna do my normal loadout of Cheetah from Sorcerer Striker, Wild Snail, and Carpet from Kingdom Grand Prix. And welcome to Violent City. Advanced mode, that's what's called. Okay, what are my buttons? Okay, that's shoot. So, well, that's not off to a great start. So if I remember correctly, I believe the one that's here is if you destroy the building before and then the sign. Yeah, you get a hidden boss for doing that. That's the one I remember. So yeah, a lot of my complaints about Battle Garriga kind of get fixed in this one. Although not completely. Also, Let's Ass Kick Together is a good name for a song. So I believe... Okay, I didn't unlock it yet. Oops. I like that Carpet's ability is basically just that one Bell power-up from Proteus. Also, we have an ad break coming up. Yeah, it's the same. There's also not picking up items like you do in Battle Garaga. Okay, and then that's full continue. Oops. Also, for some reason, it makes the Konami pause, and he has pause noise. And you can pause in this version. Oops. Also, by the way, the button that you press in order to select a character also changes how things works. Okay, I remember the thing for this one. There's going to be a thing with a bunch of blue fighter jets, so you have to kill every one of them. Okay, we didn't get it. It also means you have to have certain characters from certain games in your team. Because a lot of the secret stuff is bosses from other games. Ah, here we go. Here's one of the bosses from Torso Striker. Or actually, no wait, is this a boss from... This actually might be from Kilogram P. No, this is... Okay, this is definitely Torso Striker. So we do have an ad break coming up, so I'm probably going to, at some point, have to pause a little bit.
Excellent. Option level up.
Also, I want to say there's something where if you match a certain speed, and I believe then you hit start, you will unlock a...
Level up.
You will change your auto fire rate.
Option level up.
Hey, Ivy. Damn it. I'm actually starting to realize that Cheetah actually might not be that great of a character. Because I want to say that Miyamoto... I saw a tier list of the characters in this, and I think Miyamoto actually technically is just Cheetah, but better in this game. Oh, there's the ad break. I will be back in a bit. All right. Let ass kick together.
Lumber level up.
Oops.
Shot level up. Shot level up.
Oops.
Please continue. Option. Shot up. Option level up. Cool.
Oh, right. I get this stage because I have Cheetah and Carpet. Which isn't just straight up a stage from Sorcerer Striker. Oh, do I only get the... Oh, I only got the one boss. Okay. Okay. Right, this shithead. Yeah, I just don't like this boss just because it's like... Also, this is a very slow highway stage. So, in general, I like the bullet patterns in this game much more than I like them in Garaga. Also, just the theming of this game I think I like much better, and I think the characters are a lot more interesting. But I still think that this is, like, almost there. I think of the Rising shmups, this is probably still the best one. Though I still have a fondness for Sorcerer Striker just for its theming. Okay, where are you? There you are. Yeah, yeah. It's a dragon, but close enough. We also did not get any of the Battle Garriga things, apparently. Yeah, I just wish that you would have, like, a focus. Oh, shit. Grubby. If I do have one complaint about the patterns, it's that there's a lot of times where it's just a bunch of shit that comes out like with almost no warning, which doesn't feel great. Okay, I believe this is the last stage. That's You know, I did pick the advanced mode, but I do feel like this is definitely a bit long in the tooth. But this is the super long, intentionally picked mode. Could be one more phase? Yeah.
Option, level up. Level up. Option, level up. Please continue. Option, level up. Special level up. Shot. Special level up. Option level up.
Okay, good. I beat it with the character I wanted to beat it with. Completed. He's the only character that gets a unique music towards the end, or for ending. But yeah, that's Battle, or Armed Police Batrider. Maybe not quite as warm on it as I was like when I initially did ranking with shmups. But yeah, I still think that it's probably... It's just, I kind of wish that there's just a lot of niceties that other shmups have, or like other shmups creators included in their games, that I feel do this better. Okay.
Batrider.
Well, that's Armed Police Batrider. Oops, I know where that is. Yeah, we have an S. Hey there, later. I don't think, when I say not into it, I don't mean I think it's one of the greatest. I think it's good. Like, I'm just kind of looking to see what I got here. Like, I think at an absolute floor, I'd probably... Like, if I wanted to play a random shmup, just I can. A-, I think I'd have a hard floor for. That's like Choran Shaw. I feel like I'd rather play Batrider than Choran Shaw. But other shmups I have in there are in A. Delta and Leo. Ray 4s. Gradius 5. I feel like I'd rather play Batrider than Gradius 5, though. Okay, here's where it's like, okay, Soldier Blade. Let's see, Zanuck Neo. I think I'm gonna put it in the A+ tier. Because that's like Guanga is right there. Harmful Park. Death Smiles. Yeah, I've played a majority of those. And I like a majority of those. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking A+. Yeah, I think those are good. I think that's good for that. And then the charms that I have there, yeah, I think that's probably good picking for those. Yeah, and that's perfectly fine, especially for a niche genre that does a lot of different things. Okay, I think that's good for Batrider. Let's move on to... We did actually make a real good time today. I was expecting this to go long. But I don't think we'll need to do that. Okay, Arm Police Batrider. Alright, got one more game for the docket today. And this is probably one of my favorites. Play some Twinkle Star Sprites. For the Neo Geo. This is a game that, I feel like the only people that have tried to make a game like this, or have tried to make the versus shmup work, basically just use this as a framework, and just kind of, not to be reductive, but blatantly copy it, which is why I think the Tohos that do the Twinkle Star Sprites formula, because what, it's 4.14, and I want to say there's a new one that's Twinkle Star Sprites like. Oh, 3, 9, and 19. Okay. So I gotta... How do I... Okay, how do I... Hold on, I gotta... figure out... Not that, not right. A, B, C, D, start, select, coin, A, B, C. Alright, I can just do this. Or I can hit the wrong button. Yeah, I've not played 19, so I'll have to see that one. YouTube button, right, left, down, up, A, B, C, D. Let's select coins. Twinkle star sprites. Why is it not letting me get into the bios? Okay, fine. We'll do it this way. No. There we go. Okay. B, A. Soft dip. Just do that. Exit. There. Okay. Oop. Okay. There we go. Yeah, Twinkle Star Sprites is interesting because there's not... Oh. You gotta shmup, or you gotta shoot. Got bombs. And you can't really play this like a normal shmup. We're gonna play as character mode because rain kind of not that great. I'm trying to remember who I play as. I want to say it's Kim. So there are elements of this that are like a match. So when you do explosions, you will send shots over and you want to counter it with explosions. So a lot of it's kind of timing. Thus you loves this. Oh, right, that does not do bombs. Okay. There we go. Oops, didn't time that right. There we go. Yeah, no, this game's great. I'm that wrong. I like that one of the advanced things that I was reading on the Zumi wiki on this game earlier today, and how like one of the advanced techniques was screen launching. Oh, good. I think our favorites cancel each other's out. There we go. Screen watching. You know, looking at your opponent's screen and seeing what they're doing. Nope. Nope, didn't get it fast enough. Oh, damn it, I didn't get a fever. There we go. Did I just want to see this on easy mode? Okay, no, she's... Okay, no, there's two bosses left. Come on. Oh, damn it. They didn't do it. Oh, god damn it. I got bopped into it. There we go. Oh, god damn it. God, I hate that there's so many bubble enemies. God damn it, give me the stupid thing. By the way, the last two characters in this game, needless to say, are banned in tournaments. It really just feels like she's just getting more shit. Bullshit! It is just an SNK boss. God damn it, no, that was not what I did, game. You just are just making this harder. Because it's the SNK, or it's a Neo Geo game. Why would that nothing hit me there? Just don't give me the fever, right? Meanwhile, you're gonna line it up perfectly for you cheater. No, that was not. You spawned that out of thin air. Oh, you are not giving me a fair deck. This boss is invalid. It is not a good boss. Let me continue. I love how it's just completely ignoring my inputs. Of course she got a boss attack. Just spawn 7 bajillion things because heaven forbid you have a fair fight. I didn't even hit a bomb button! What's going on? Why are you using up all my bombs? Now you're just making shit up. I will say, though, I am rightfully getting pissed off at a bad boss. This game, when you're playing against a human who you know is not a cheating prick, it's much better. Just spawn shit out of nowhere. What the hell are you doing, controller? There we go, finally. Just cheating prick. Hey, Kite. God damn it. I swear I timed it so that I can't reverse. No, bad games gets... No, bad final boss gets treated, does not get privileges of being played fair. Yeah, she was down to half in my attack for some reason. I was like, I was spamming boss attacks and this is boss 1, and that should have killed her in like 2 seconds. Anyway, that's one of my favorite shmups. Ugh. This is why you should play Neo Geo games against a person and not the computer. All right, so that was Neo. That was I almost said Neo Turf Masters. That was Twinkle Star Sprites. I think when you're playing against tournament legal characters, it is a much better game. Because yeah, we have it at S+. There's no other game that plays like it. Technically, I could knock it for a final boss, but you shut up. I could knock it for a like bad final boss, but that just basically means that no Neo Geo games are ever S+. I kind of think it sits there at S+. That game's just very good. Despite my bitching, I still think the game's very good. So yeah. There's that. I think we're going to leave that there. Why did I mark that as 2? Yeah, no, it's just like, there is a thing, like, those characters are banned from tournaments. Like, not even just to play. Like, I was looking at the Mizurni wiki, they were like, yeah, you know, every character actually is fairly viable. Except the bosses, who are just, no, they're way too bad. But yeah. Anyway, I see an ad break coming, so I'm going to skedaddle. I'm gonna wrap this up. All right, so let's take a look at what we got. So we got 5 games left of spring cleaning. So I think what I'm going to do is we are going to... Next time, I think we're going to tackle the Mega Mans and ActRaiser 2. And then leave Dark Forces and Star of Providence for the finale. So next time, I think we're going to tackle the Mega Mans and also ActRaiser. So there's that. So let's wrap this thing up. Thank you all for watching. Personal blue skies at lodepuzlo.bsky.social. Got a Discord, you can chat with the community, take part in polls, do other fun Discordy stuff. Also got a coffee page where you can help with hosting costs and various other things. And I got a bunch of links in my video description and chat for other stuff that I do. So tomorrow, gonna do more random PlayStation Mr. games or random PlayStation, Game Boy Advance, and NES Mr. games based on our lovely cast. And then on Sunday, we're going to play more Dog Island, which I looked at, I think we're about halfway through, maybe a little bit over half. So we should be able to finish that in 2 streams as well. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna scatter you. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again in the future. Bye-bye.